As we get older, maintaining our independence comes down to a few basic physical realities. We want to keep moving, stay active, and trust that our bodies won't fail us on a flight of stairs. To guarantee that stability, millions of us have adopted a daily ritual, swallowing a calcium pill washed down with a dose of vitamin D. It feels like a practical insurance policy for our skeleton. That trust comes from a very real place. In the early 20th century, severe nutritional deficiencies caused a wave of childhood bone diseases like rickets. Public health campaigns heavily promoted vitamin-fortified foods and supplements to eradicate the crisis. Those campaigns were an undeniable medical triumph. Over the decades, however, we made a logical leap. We assumed that if small doses cured a severe childhood disease, pumping our bodies with megadoses in adulthood would grant us invincible bones. To test that assumption, a major review compiled a massive dataset combining the records of over 150,000 older adults. The results were clear. Standard calcium and vitamin D supplements provided almost zero meaningful protection against bone fractures or falls. Digging deeper into the clinical trials revealed something even more concerning. High doses, or the wrong formulations of these vitamins, actually correlated with an increased risk of the exact physical injuries people were trying to prevent. The preventative routine we've trusted for decades is flawed. We have to look at the biology of how our bodies process these pills to understand why they might be working against us. Part of the problem lies in the specific type of vitamin we consume. Researchers at the University of Surrey recently investigated the interaction between plant-based vitamin D2, a common supplement ingredient, and vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 is the highly efficient form our bodies naturally synthesize from sunlight. Beyond bone health, it acts as a crucial modifier for the immune system, helping to fend off bacterial and viral infections. The Surrey team found that ingesting vitamin D2 introduces a direct biological conflict. The D2 molecules actively compete with and flush the more effective D3 out of your cellular reserves. By diligently taking a daily D2 supplement, people are unknowingly depleting their own natural supply of D3, compromising their immune defenses and hindering optimal bone maintenance. Even if you take the correct D3 variant, there is a strict physical limit to what your body can process. Vitamin D is fat-soluble. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that exit the body in your urine, excess fat-soluble vitamins accumulate in your tissues over time. When you consume massive doses well above the safe upper limit of 4,000 international units a day, this buildup can trigger a condition called hypercalcemia. Hypercalcemia means there is too much calcium circulating in your bloodstream. Instead of being neatly packed away into your skeleton, those excess calcium particles snag and calcify along your arterial walls and soft tissues. Treating a concentrated nutrient like a harmless daily candy pushes your system into toxic overload. That arterial damage directly correlates with an increased statistical risk of painful, debilitating falls. The same biological limits apply to calcium itself. We tend to view calcium as raw construction material, assuming that swallowing more of the mineral automatically generates new bone tissue. Yet clinical data shows that isolated calcium supplementation does virtually nothing to improve bone mineral density for the average healthy adult. This single nutrient approach only yields measurable benefits if a patient is diagnosed with a severe chronic deficiency or an underlying disease that prevents natural absorption. Bones operate as dynamic, living organs. Rebuilding them requires a specific physiological context, precise timing, and biological teamwork that a simple pill can't provide on its own. To fortify that living tissue, we have to move away from isolated chemicals and look at how the body achieves biological synergy. Dietitians recommend a food-first approach. Foods like fortified dairy, salmon, and sardines naturally package calcium and vitamin D in a complex matrix, allowing your digestive tract to absorb exactly what it needs without risking a toxic buildup. Getting your nutrients from food also ensures you consume the essential cofactors required to process them, specifically magnesium, vitamin K2, and adequate protein. Magnesium and K2 facilitate the transport of calcium into the bone matrix. They signal the body to remove circulating minerals from your arteries and deposit them directly into the skeleton. Nutrition operates as an interdependent system. The human body evolved to extract and deploy nutrients from whole foods. not to manage sudden chemical spikes from high-dose laboratory isolates. Even with a perfect diet, there is one final physical requirement to build a resilient skeleton, a process called mechanotransduction. Mechanotransduction is the process where physical impact sends a direct chemical signal to your body, commanding bones to grow denser and stronger. You trigger this signal through consistent weight-bearing exercises, daily walking routines, or light strength training. Without that repetitive mechanical stress telling your body that strong bones are necessary for survival, your system will not deploy the nutrients you consume to reinforce your skeleton. Living well into old age depends on a balanced diet, consistent activity, and working with a doctor to provide exactly what the body needs.